Hook up, hook up. Yeah, buddy. Listen to that. Woohoo! What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Wally Outdoors. On today's episode, I am going to take you guys on a little tied and fried episode. I don't normally keep trout during the course of the year very often. I'll keep one or two, maybe a year, if that. Usually I'll let my son keep one or something, and it's not that I don't enjoy eating trout, it's just not my favorite species overall to eat as far as freshwater goes in general. But today, I'm feeling like a fresh fish meal, so I feel like I'd do something a little bit different. I had not been able to get out hunting because of my schedule, so I wanted to mix it up a little bit, and yeah, I'm going to do it on the fly today. None of this has actually happened. I haven't been down to the pond, so I haven't gone down to pre-fish to see what this is if this video is even gonna pan out. So just stay with me. You guys are it's gonna be the real deal. You guys are coming with me. I'm gonna go down there, try to catch a fish on a fly that I've tied in the past that I have on my channel. I call it the Wally Bugger. I'll list that up top here, and I'll also put a link down in the description of that video, or you can just check out my channel and search for it. I call it the Wally Bugger. Anyway, it's a pretty sweet fly, and hopefully it produces something today. I'm going to use a sinking fly line today, more than likely, depending on the water level. I might start off with the floating. It just depends on how, like I said, that water level is. So we'll see. So when you guys see me again here, it's going to be on the water, and I'll show you the fly, I'll show you the gear, I'll show you everything I'm using today. We'll go right through it, and then hopefully we can get into some fish cooking so I can have something to eat for lunch today, right? Still, bear with me, guys. We'll see you down there on the water. All right, guys. We just get down to the water here, and there's the fly. I'll show it to you in all its glory. I can get it to... it's kind of tough with the white balance here behind me. It's a crappy day today. It's misting and just nasty and whatever. So I got this is a 6-weight. It's a little heavier than I would usually go for trout, but I have a sink tip line. It's a 12-foot head, and that's what I'm gonna do. You'll see here behind me. I'll show you right down here. This is a spot you guys are probably familiar with if you've watched some of my prior videos. I do very well here in the winter. I do well here pretty much all year long. It's a stocked pond, and these fish now have been in here for a couple, about a month and a half. So there's a lot of holdovers to some big browns. If I catch one of those today, I'm going to be letting it go. I apologize for the dog barking in the background. It's my friendly little dog here that barks at me every time we come down. But yeah, so I'm going to get after him here and see what happens, so stay tuned. We'll get you on the GoPro here, so if I catch one, you'll get to see it up close and personal a little bit better here, so stay tuned. Most of the fish I catch generally this time of year are all up in this pocket, so... Cold day, but little to no wind, which is nice. It's always a good thing for fly fishing. Ooh, there we go, guys. I got one. All right. Oh, that's what I needed. Ooh, it's a good fish too. Real good fish. Let's hope it's a nice little rainbow, and we'll have ourselves the meal that we've been looking for here. All right. This fish hit it on the fall, and this fish is like, oh yeah, beautiful little rainbow, guys. Perfect. Just what we wanted. Oh, it's a beauty. And I did not bring my net, so I'm going to put this fish right up. Hopefully we don't lose her. Oh, jeez, fighting well. Hopefully we don't lose it, and get it right up on the shoreline here, and then we're going to have ourselves a little rainbow fish fry. Okay, buddy, come on. Beautiful. It's exactly what we wanted. in this cold water, they're really feisty. Come on. Alright, what a pretty fish there, guys. Oh, almost lost her. Nice fat rainbow. Oh, look at that beautiful fat rainbow right there. That is a nice one, guys. That's a beauty. That's gonna be lunch today. Get her rinsed off so you guys can take a look at her. Well, there you have it, guys. Nice little rainbow. Well, I'm gonna clean it up here. Basically, I'm just gonna gotta gut it out, and we'll take the head off it too, so we can take it home and it'll be nice and ready to go. For now, I'm gonna throw it on the shoreline here, wash my hands, and while I'm here, I might as well try to catch another fish or two before we head back for lunch. So, stay tuned. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's fish out here on the surface over in front of me here. You can just see the ripples in the water once in a while. Those are trout. And they're sipping something off the surface over here. Ooh. Oh, there was a brown, guys. Just had a brown trout right here. I don't know if you guys could see that, but he just came up and tried to eat my fly right here. Oh my goodness. Oh, he followed it, and it was a small brown one. Oh, nice fish. Pretty aggressive. Last one. Last one. I'm happy with what happened here. And this is gonna be my last cast. Gotta keep my camera equipment from getting ruined, guys. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna clean this fish up real quick. I'll take you down here to the water, show you what I'm gonna do just to prep it, get it ready for taking it home. And then when I get home, we'll follow the rest of the steps, and I'll show you what I do to pan fry my trout. So we'll see you shortly here. We'll go down the water and get this one cleaned up. All right, guys, I'm gonna try to do this rather quickly because my hands are already pretty dang cold. Let's get started here. This fish has got a lot in its stomach, but basically I'm just gonna start from the vent down here, from the bottom of the vent, work my knife up towards the head. You don't have to go way in with your knife, you just gotta cut that bottom skin for the belly here. Come up to about here, and you can see what he's been eating. You open him up, he's loaded, his belly's loaded with bugs, I'm sure. And I'm just gonna pull all this out, but that's in here is what he's been eating. Oh, you know what? You're never gonna believe this, guys. He had a whole Senko in his stomach. That's why those plastic baits can be, they can be pretty bad for these fish. So, as you can see, he ate the whole plastic bait. But, I'm just gonna take this. What I like to do is, generally I'll just come up and go right to the head, and then I cut the head off. But instead of cutting, a lot of people, what they do is, they'll cut the head right completely down and off. You don't have to do that, you just come through here, and then you can pull the head back this way. Like that, and it'll give you your gills, and all that stuff will come out a lot easier for you if you do it that way. So my hands are definitely cold today. As you can see, the stomach and the entrails will come out easier when you do it that way. Here we go. We'll feed the fish with this. The turtles, they'll all eat this stuff. Now in here is kind of important, down inside here. Hopefully you guys can see this, but right in here there's a bloodline. you want to get that out. So I just take my knife. You don't want to go too deep with it, but you can see I just kind of just do that. And then you're going to run your finger down in here and get the rest of that out. When I get home in the sink in the kitchen, I'll take care of the rest of this. But you can see it's a nice pink meat. The longer these fish sit in here, the more pink they get. Generally when they eat bugs and everything else, they get that pink. They'll eat the crayfish and stuff off the bottom. They'll get a nice pink hue to their meat, which is nice. So, but yeah, all this will come out when I get home. I'll show you guys what I'm gonna do with that. So, and the rest of these gills and everything come right off. And now at this point, you can cut the head off if you want, which is what I'm gonna do. A lot of people like to leave it on. Adds a little extra flavor, and there is a little bit of meat in the head, but generally speaking, there's not much there. So I'll feed that to the turtles. And I'll give this a quick rinse, and then we'll take it home. And that's it, guys. That's how you clean them out, and I'll show you what I do with them when we get them to the house. All right, guys, so my audio got corrupted here for some reason. But anyhow, yeah, I just took that spoon to the inside and took the bloodline out, as you can see. Meat is nice and pink and ready to go. We're going to have it ready to go and start preparing it here for the pan. So stay tuned. All right, so we have here some Old Bay seasoning, and I'm going to be using that. I got a little bit of garlic butter here. This stuff is a little better than your regular standard butter. I like using that because it's got the garlic season in it. And a little bit of minced garlic here. We're going to throw that in there as well. So we're going to get going here. All right, guys, so we went ahead and put some of this garlic butter spread right inside the pan here. And I put a piece of tin foil over it to cover it. Cast iron, as usual. You know how much I love it. For those of you that have watched my videos in the past, that's probably my favorite way to cook anything, whether it's venison or just anything. Cast iron is just where it's at. So anyhow, I put the tin foil over here to help speed up the process of melting the butter. As you can see, that's pretty melted there, ready to go. I'm gonna get the fish in here and we'll start cooking. Just before I put the fish in there, I'm gonna add a little bit of this minced garlic here. I'm just a little bit, because there's already a lot of garlic in that butter, but right about a quarter of a tablespoon should be good. Hear that sizzling? It means that butter's ready for the fish. So I'm gonna put it in here as soon as we get it seasoned up. Okay, here we go, guys. We're gonna go ahead and put the fish. I had to take the fish and cut it in half because it wouldn't fit in my skillet, so I do have two pieces here. But I'm gonna go ahead and just lay that fish right in there. I'm gonna season the outside of the fish first, really quickly here. With that Old Bay on there. Give it a quick flip. I'm just gonna flip it by hand. It's already starting to cook a little bit, but I'm gonna get that Old Bay seasoning on the outside. To me, it's not as important as the inside, but I'm gonna season the outside first. Move some of this garlic around there. I'll season that outside section here of the fish first. And you can see it's already starting to curl up. Now I'm gonna open it up and you see that nice pink meat. You're gonna get that season right inside the body cavity here, because that's what you want. That's where your flavor is going to come from, right there. Now we'll do the same as a little bit on this one that we can put in there. Not as much. Get it all on there. Yeah, I know my buddy Tommy said I didn't use enough Old Bay the last time I made it some fish, so make sure we put a liberal amount on there for you this time. And I am going to add some of that Himalayan salt too. It's just the stuff I've showed you guys in the past. Much better than table salt. Get this going here. Oh yeah. Don't need a ton of that salt, just a little bit on the outside here. Flip it over. A little more. Alright, we're good to go, guys. Set that off to the side for now. We're going to cover it with our tin foil here. Keep it on medium. I might turn it up just a little bit. The secret here to cooking this way, guys, There's the tin foil on top. You can use a regular pan cover if you want. With skillet like this, I just use tin foil. So stay tuned. We'll show you what it looks like. Probably cook for about, it's going to cook roughly for 5 to 10 minutes per side, depending on what I put the heat on. Right now, my heat's on medium, so we'll see how it goes. I'll check it here in about 5 minutes to see where we're at. Oh, I did say I might add some more butter, and that's what I'm going to do. I just kind of peeked on it, and there's not enough butter in there, so I'm going to lay a little bit more butter right on top and then some off to the side here. Tuck that in nice and tight, and we'll see how it goes. Guys, there's really no mystery to this here. Cooking fish is a lot more simple than people think. Some people get worried about cooking fish, and I don't know, they get all crazy. This particular fish, trout, I don't scale my trout. I actually, there's not much scale on the fish. Some people do. I don't know why they do. You can eat the skin once it's cooked just like that if you'd like. I generally take my skin off unless I cook it over more of an open flame, or I make it real crispy in the oven or something like that. The smaller fish, especially like your smaller brook trout, those are the ones I really like the skin on. I don't really prefer to eat the skin on the bigger rainbows. It's just not something that I like personally. And once in a while I'll have a little bit of the tail if it's a little crispy. But outside of that, it's just that meat on the inside that I'm after. Other people do. It's personal preference, so whatever you guys choose. But this is a very simple process, so I'll show you here what we got going on in just a minute. That fish is going to take a little longer than I thought, because it was actually a bigger trout than one that I would normally take home. So good sized fish, and we'll see how it goes. Man, does that sound good or what, guys? You hear that sizzle going. Get that microphone right up there so you can hear it. Boy, it does sound good, and it looks great too. It's just about ready for a flip here, so that's what I'm going to do. Just butter down in there. Alright, we're going to get it flipped over and see what that looks like. Oh, you see how that skin's already coming off? That's what you're looking for, guys. Just going to give it a little flipperoo here. The other side flipped over. Oh yeah, skin's coming right off. It's starting to look real nice. Not going to take too much longer here now. That's going to be ready to go. So I'm going to cover it up. Cover it up again. Let this side cook a little longer too. Let that garlic and all those seasonings from the Old Bay and everything, the salt, all infuse itself right in that fish. And when you flip it back and forth, see that skin starting to peel off, and that meat looks really good. All right, guys, this is just about done here. So I'm gonna do one more flip. Take this tin foil off here. Just gonna do one more flip for you guys here. And then this fish is done. Oh, look at that. That looks great. This side definitely needs a little bit longer. But you can see it's almost falling apart now as I pick it up with the spatula, and that's exactly what you're looking for. So. Couple more minutes, we're going to cover her back up here, and then we'll be good to go. Alright guys, you see it, 12:08, it's lunchtime. Let's get the heat turned off here. Let's take a look at that. Oh man, I did flip it one more time. As you can see, the skin pretty much peeled off of this whole one side right here. So this is ready to go. You can tell when it's done when you can stop peeling the fish itself. Will come right off the bone, and I'll show you that once I get it on the plate. But I know this fish is cooked, so just going to get it up out of the skillet here. Alright, look at that. Isn't that pretty? And there's your skin, those of you who like it. Like I said, it just comes falling right off. You can put it on the plate there if that's what you're into. I more than likely won't eat the skin because I don't generally. Sometimes I like the tail if it's a little crispy, but there you go, guys. Let's get it on the table. Alright, well, here it goes, guys. Can't wait to dig into this. It looks so good. About the only thing you could put on this if you wanted was a little bit of lemon. Oh man, that's good fish. I don't eat a ton of freshwater fish.
And being a fly fisherman, it's kind of cliche, so to speak, where you eat the trout and stuff you catch now. I will say there are a lot of places that I won't keep the fish. There are certain places where you can't keep the fish. This particular pond that I'm fishing is a put and take. The state puts these fish in for us every year, so it's a great a way to get a meal or two if you want through the course of the year. I usually take 1 or 2 a year, if that. I just couldn't pass up the opportunity. It was something that I felt like it would be good for the channel, to show you guys how to do it and what I do. And the only thing I do regret is not having my son with me, because this would be gone already. He loves to eat trout. So anyhow, I'm going to get to it. We'll have another bite here first. Hold on. This is good stuff. Oh, God. If you've never had trout, rainbow trout, guys, you got to give this a whirl. One thing I wanted to show you guys real quick. See all these bones coming out here? I'm scraping the meat off like this. And a lot of people say, oh, there's too many bones in trout. Well, the bigger the trout, it's actually easier. But if you see all these bones here lined up, as I'm taking the fish off the bone, you can see it. I know that my camera's not doing what it's supposed to zoom in here to show you guys, but there we go. These bones right here, if you peel the meat off in this direction, it comes right off onto your fork, and you don't have to worry about it. The other thing you can do, which I usually do too, is once you get that meat peeled back and you eat one side, if you see that, look at that, that's all meat, there's no bone in there. But once you get that peeled back, you can take the bone right out, and it makes it a lot easier. When you have the bones all out, and all you have is just fish there now, guys. Tell me that doesn't look awesome. No fish on the bone at all, and you can see it flakes right off. That's how you know it's been cooked properly, is because that's all you wind up with right there. I appreciate you guys all watching, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please think about doing that. I really appreciate it. And hit that notification bell, because then you'll know when I put up a future episode. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed. And for now, we'll catch you on the next one. I gotta get going on this right here.